Children, this is Grandma's Angels coming to you again. And last time I talked with you, I told you we are talking about suicide, and I had a story to tell you. And I'm going to tell you the story now, and I'll talk at the end of the story. So I'm just going to go right into this very, very sad story. But my hopes is that it will help some child out there. There once was this little boy. He was 9 years old, and this is a true story. It happened back in the mid-90s. And at 9 years old, he was born into a very dysfunctional family. Very abusive, very hard to survive in. He was beat at home almost on a daily basis. He was smaller than he should have been because he was not fed. He was hit quite a bit. The parents were on drugs, and you would think the only refuge this child would have is to go to school, but not so. When he went to school, because he didn't change his clothes, sometimes he slept outside rather than going in the house, because he knew the minute he got in the house he would be hit or something bad would happen to him. So he, on occasion, would sleep outside just not to get hit again. And he'd go to school the next morning in the clothes that he slept in. So when he got to the school, the boys out on the playground would tease him terribly. They would hit him, and the girls would say he stinks. And children, these things are very, very cruel that you kids do to one another. And I don't know how far my word is going to go, but I'm asking you to please stop hurting your peers. You should join together. You should friend together. You should get along together and enjoy each other. You're at the same age. But anyway, as the story goes, this little boy couldn't find any relief in feeling loved, liked, or even cared for. So he went from home to school, school back to home, and neither place was very loving or kind. So one day he called up a little girl. He was in second grade, and he called up a little girl, and he asked her if she would meet him halfway walking to school. So he came from one direction and she came from another, and he asked her to meet him that particular morning. And she said yes. Well, her mother walked with her because it was a different route that she would normally take. So her mother walked with her. And when they met up with the little boy, with Jeremy, Jeremy said to Jenny, and now she was 9 years old too, and they were in the same class. And he said, Jenny, I just wanted to see you one more time. I wanted to tell you thank you. You've been the only person ever that's ever been nice to me. And he said, I love you. And he thanked her, and then his last words were, thank you for being nice to me. I love you. And at that moment, he pulled a handgun out of his pocket and shot himself in the head and died right there. Now, 9 years old, this child did not know where to go for help. 9 years old, he did not know the trauma that he was going to cause the one little girl that was kind to him and her mother. So the story is that suicide is never the answer to anything, children. You must go forward. You must live. I think there's people in this world that failed this little boy. Definitely his parents, neighbors that probably knew something was going on, definitely the school faculty. They must have smelt him and saw he's wearing the same clothes over and over again, and there must be something wrong. Why wasn't there any home visits? But I'm not doing this story to cause blame, to point fingers. What I'm saying is, children, this is not an option. Suicide is not an option. And you have to go forward. And right now, that little boy would be in his 30s. And he might have made something good of himself. And then again, he might not have. But either way, please don't take your life. Find a way out of your misery. Find a way. There is help all around. And once again, I've got the number behind me. And I just want your children to know there is help out there. And this is a very sad and true story about this little boy, Jeremy. And also about Jennifer. That she was traumatized for a very long time and he needed counseling after this. So, but in his young mind, he didn't know that he was doing that to her. He just wanted to say that he loved her and thank you and goodbye. So, children, I want you to know, as you grow older, your trials and heartaches don't stop. They come and go throughout your life. And all you can do is keep on going. Go forward and just do the best you can. That's all you can do in this life, is do the best you can. And know that you can have a reward at the end of all of this. Children, don't commit suicide, please. It's a very hurtful and sad thing to know that this little boy didn't know where he could turn for help. So I just wanted to share this story with you. I hope it makes an impact on you children to know that suicide is permanent. It means you will never come back. But if you get through the trials and the tough times, I promise you, better days are coming. But you will have tough times throughout your life. You cannot turn to suicide as an answer, okay? Just grow up, grow old, and look back at your life and see that all you've accomplished and all the mistakes you've made, and you can try to correct them. That's not a bad thing. So, all right, that's my story for today. I love you. Be the best you can be. And don't commit suicide. All righty, thank you. Bye.